going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and today I want to talk about the Vosteed Knives Raccoon, specifically the top liner lock variant of this knife. I had this in for review with two other top liner lock models from Vosteed. I have the Hedgehog and I have the RS Chaos, which I'll be doing full reviews on these, which if you guys are seeing this, it'll probably be Friday. These two will be Saturday and Sunday. So if you're interested, definitely check those out. But I've already reviewed this knife twice on the channel before. This is now the fourth variation of the knife that I've had in, and I feel like I've already reviewed it, so I don't want to do a full review. I just want to get on, talk about it a little bit, and I think this is the best variation of this knife so far, and that's coming from someone that has handled the original button lock version, that has handled the crossbar lock, and now the top liner lock. The Vosteed Raccoon in general is just a fantastic no frills EDC knife that they are just, they keep evolving and evolving and evolving. And it is hands down, one of the best, bang for your buck, $50 to $75, depending on the model that you get, variation, EDC pocket knives in the market today. And I still, confuse myself why I don't have one of these in the collection, because they're just a fantastic all-around knife, and I really do like this top liner lock version, and I do think it's the best. It's just they really nailed the detent, and to me that is the biggest thing. Is this thing has an absolutely snappy detent, a fantastic action. I don't know if you, it's hard to pick up on camera, but you just have pressure and it just pops right out of there. I liked the, so I've technically had two crossbar lock Raccoons in. I had one in that was my own, that was part of a trade. It was a cleaver bladed one. I ended up trading that or selling it like shortly after, so I really didn't have it in too much. And then I had the orange aluminum version in, and I just checked back, and that got a rating of 34 on my rating system, which is very, very high. And I also really, really remember liking the OG button lock model or version. It was the first one that ever came out. Love that one. Really don't know why I got rid of it, but yeah. So this is just a little bit of an update of locking system. So the top liner lock is basically, it works like a button lock, but it works kind of like a compression lock. So you have it flipped, instead of having the liner lock down here like most knives, so where you would disengage it right in there, it's up there, and it works like kind of like a compression lock from Spyderco, but you actuate it like it's a button lock. So you guys can see right there, the button is pushing the liner across, and then that is letting me disengage the knife. So it's really cool, cool concept to look at and to see. And Vosteed is really taking advantage of the hype around the top liner lock models, and they're just continuing to pump them out. Like I said, I have the RS Chaos to review. I have the Hedgehog to review. I'm getting the sight pop in, at some point through a passaround group. I just feel like top liner locks are kind of like the new rave these days. And, as far as I'm concerned, the three that I have in right now, they're fantastic. They really do work really well. Again, they actuate and work like a button lock, but they technically work inside the internals like a compression lock. Very, very cool. This one is in black micarta with a blacked out blade. Of course, you can see the nice pop of color there with the orange thumb studs. As always, 14C28 on that beautiful, beautiful drop point blade. This is just one of my favorite blade shapes. Not drop points in specific, but specifically this version of it. Just a beautiful, beautiful knife. Very, very ergonomic. Of course, you get that loop over style deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. You get a filler plate over there. Just a nice, sleek, slim knife. Again, fantastic ergos. Really, really comfortable to hold on to. I will leave a link to this knife in the description down below if you guys are interested in checking it out. It is unfortunately out of stock on Vosteed's website. The 5 different variations of the top liner lock. But I will leave a link to the whole Raccoon collection as general, as a whole, to look through. So there's 5 different variations of the top liner lock. there is this one. There is same version as this, except for it's green micarta. They have a black micarta with a satin blade and a pop of blue on the thumb studs. They have a green micarta, looks like stonewash blade with like yellowy orange thumb studs. And then probably my favorite is the blue denim micarta with just a satin blade and satin thumb studs. And they all go for 65 bucks, which if you can find them in stock on somewhere like White Mountain Nines, you can save some extra money. But from Vosteed themselves, 65 bucks for just an absolute amazing knife, I think is a great deal. And again, I wonder to myself all the time, like, why don't I have one of these? It's just 65 bucks. It's a great knife to have in the collection. So at some point, I am planning to get one of these. I would love, in the future for them to make like a premium version of this knife, to maybe do some titanium scales, maybe some LMAX or M390 on the blade steel. I think that would be epic. I would definitely probably purchase one of those. But I really do need to get a budget one of these back in my collection because they're just so good. They're just dependable. And, if I were to, and I was actually just, funny thing, I was going to bring this up, but if I were to be talking to someone new to the knife world, I would definitely point them in a direction of a Raccoon, crossbar style, crossbar lock or top liner lock or button lock, whichever one they would prefer. It's funny I bring that up because I was just talking to my one of my best friends last night, and for my wedding, I gave, as part of my groomsmen gifts, mini practices from Civivi. And he texted me last night and asked what brand it was and stuff like that. And he was planning on buying another one for just to have for work and stuff like that. So he's kind of getting into the knife world. He was joking around with me saying like, I think you might have, started something, he didn't say an addiction, but you might have like started me on something here. And I was talking to him and I said, well, Vosteed also makes very, very good budget knives if you're ever interested in changing it up from Civivi. Because immediately I thought of the Raccoon and how it would just be, a great, not necessarily beginner's knife, but just a great knife for someone to, it's just getting into the knife world. I just dropped it and I caught it, for them to carry around and use. But yeah, so I didn't want to make this a super long video. I didn't want to make it a full review, but I just want to get on here and talk about it. I think it's a great knife. I think the top liner lock is the best variation so far from Vosteed. And like I said, I cannot wait to see what they come out with next. Hopefully, fingers crossed, a premium version of the Raccoon, because I think that thing would sell like hotcakes. The Raccoon is really kind of like I don't want to say what started it all, because that was the Bellamy and like the Nightshade and stuff like that. But I feel like the Raccoon is just one of those knives, kind of like Benchmade has the Bug Out and Spyderco has like the Para 3, PM2 sort of, that level. I feel like the Raccoon is just kind of on that level for Vosteed, and it's beloved. So, but yeah. Leave a comment down below. Did any of you guys pick up the new top liner lock variants of the Raccoon? Do you guys have any of the crossbar lock knife or Raccoons? Do you have any of the button lock knife? I don't want to say knives. Button lock Raccoons. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, so please leave a comment down below. But I'm going to wrap this up now. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you guys. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.